I thought that it was a pretty long match, pretty physical as well. So I think my opponent, she played pretty well throughout and didn't make any errors. But yeah, I think that it was a long match for me. But I mean, the whole clay season has been pretty positive overall, I would say.
You mentioned that Raymond's been with you in Wales when you played Alexander last time. Can you talk us through a little bit of kind of what he brought to your game after this match and what you felt worked and what you felt didn't?
Yeah, he was good. I mean, me and Raymond, we just started like this week really. But yeah, he's been a great addition, and we've been working really good on the practice court, doing some really good drills and stuff. So I think that having that day in, day out, that high level of hitting is definitely going to help.
We'll come to Molly.
Unlucky today, Emma. What do you think were the kind of biggest positives for you to take, not only from this match, but from the clay season as a whole?
I think that I definitely got stronger as the clay season went on. It just takes a lot more to win the point on this surface, and you know, you hit a ball flat, it doesn't really do that much. So I definitely learned like when to use the shape and stuff. But yeah, I feel like I've still got quite a long way to go on this surface. But overall, I would say I've definitely had a good first experience on the clay, and I think that I can definitely improve a lot more than what I am at right now.
And then we'll go back to Catherine.
Hey Emma, tough luck today. I guess part of getting used to life on tour is getting used to losing, because all but one player loses every week. Has the way you deal with losing changed, evolved, improved over the last few months? Has that been a process?
Yeah, I would say it definitely has. I think that before I would let the losses kind of affect me more so than I am right now. Now I kind of just look at everything as a lesson, and I know exactly where I went wrong, where I can improve, where other people are better than me right now, and I definitely just look at all of these matches as a good tool to kind of teach me where to improve my own game.
Hey Emma, down here, Matt Futterman from the New York Times. I'm curious, you're getting towards the part of the calendar where you're going to be playing at home for an extended period for the first time in a much different situation than you were last year. Have you given thought to what that might feel like, and what do you anticipate the next 6 weeks are going to be like?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really nice to go home and play, you know, on home turf, on the grass. I think it is going to be a little bit strange in the beginning because I've played on clay court for so long now. I feel like it's been weeks that going onto a grass court, I'm probably going to be a bit shocked at first. But I think that I'm really looking forward to playing in front of like the fans at home and just all the support. Last year I experienced a little taste of it, but I feel like this year might be a bit more. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the atmosphere that's going to be around. I'm not really sure what it is going to be yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the grass.
Emma, you mentioned it was a physical match. Were there echoes of when you were talking a couple of tournaments ago about how the second set was difficult for you because you weren't sustaining intensity? Were there echoes of that again today in the way that things changed at the end of the first set, do you think?
I think that the first set, I'd say the whole match, it was pretty similar except for the big points. She would probably play them better in the second and third set. I mean, it was like 1-1, but the games were very long, and we had some quite long juice games where I had a few chances, and so did she. So it was back and forth like that. I feel like in the second set there were certain things that, you know, on the bigger points that played a part. But yeah, I would say like physically, I just got a little bit tired, just like normal, but nothing like out of the regular. You know, you will feel your legs playing a 3-set match on clay, but it is definitely positive that I'm coming out of this match feeling pretty good physically.
Hi Emma. Could you just tell us what it feels like to be learning on the job every day on such a big stage? Is it a bit like learning how to swim straight in at the deep end without any water wings on?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it is. I am learning every single day, every single match, every practice. Yeah, I would say that I'm at this level, but there are definitely aspects of my game that need to improve and kind of catch up to where my current, ranking or whatever is. But I'm quite happy with the progress that I'm making. I do feel like I'm playing some pretty good tennis, and on the practice court, I'm definitely working, and certain things that I'm working on the practice court that are paying off, they don't show immediately. There is a little time lag between when they'll actually produce results, on a live situation. But yeah, I'm definitely getting there.
We'll do Rob and then Mike.
Emma, you're scheduled to play Birmingham. Do you think you'll play Nottingham the first week of June? And now you're going home. Will you take some time off or just hit the grass, practice straight away?
I don't know which tournament I'll play yet. For sure I'll play Birmingham. But then after that or before that, I'm not really sure yet. It's quite soon. But maybe I'll have a day, 2 days off here or home, and then start training again and start looking forward to the grass, and just keep improving.
Actually, that was kind of similar to what I was going to ask, but the tennis season comes in quite distinct phases. We've just kind of come, well, for you, to the end of a distinct phase. Are you the kind of player who kind of sets a target for the coming phase, and are you thinking that way for the grass?
Well, I think that for the clay season, I had no expectations. I put myself in like 4 tournaments in a row, probably thinking I was going to lose first round in every single one. But I actually played a few matches in each, and I think the best way to go about it for me is to not think about any results. And for the grass court season, I'm honestly just thinking about how is best to use my game to kind of suit the grass courts, and trying to adapt and change as quickly as possible from the clay to the grass. Because on grass you can't stand as far back as you do on clay, and there are certain things you need to change. But like result wise, I haven't really put any focus or emphasis on that.
Neil?
Yeah, how do you feel your new coaching setup's gone over the last month? What do you particularly like about it? And do you envisage any changes, any tinkering of additions before Wimbledon?
To be honest, I was pretty happy with how things have been going the last month. I think that I'm definitely playing some good tennis, and it might not show like straight away, but there are definitely elements, whether that's on the practice court or certain moments on the match court, that I feel like I am and have made improvements throughout the whole clay season. And no, looking forward, I'm pretty satisfied with what I've got right now.
Simon?
Emma, over here, I'm sorry. After matches like this, or after losses, do you say you are getting better at dealing with them? Are you someone who sort of digs deep into the stats, or do you watch the video, or do you leave that to your coaches? What's your process for looking at how you did in the match?
Well, I am taking it better for sure. Like right now, I know exactly what I did wrong, and at kind of the exact moments, I feel like I can pretty much relive every point of what happened. And but yeah, I'm not going to go into it right now, probably later on or tomorrow. But yeah, I'll have a debrief with the guys here, and see what went wrong, see how I can improve it. And but to be honest, I kind of know exactly what I need to do better.
Timani?
Hi, Emma. You talked about deciding when to put more top on the ball or not. I'm just curious, like, what is the biggest difficulty of finding that balance between taking the ball early and attacking, and moving back and playing more, I guess, conservatively on this surface compared with faster surfaces?
Yeah, I mean, I guess here on clay it's even more emphasized, because you're like, when the ball bounces short, for example, but high, like, it's actually quite hard to take early because it jumps above your head and then you're stranded in the middle of the court. So there are definitely decisions like that to make, but it's also on clay not forgetting like to stay aggressive. Sometimes you can get sucked into just playing slow and high and rallies. But at the end of the day, you've got to still step in when the chance is on.
And last couple of questions. We'll start with here then.
Here. Guadalajara, Mexico will organize a Southern tournament in October, and you have played there. Would you like to come back this year?
Yeah, I mean, I played there in Guadalajara this year. I had a really fun time, to be honest. Leading up to the tournament, I was training good. Yeah, the food was great there. The people were really friendly and really good atmosphere. So I've no idea what the rest of my season looks like, but I mean, I'd love to go back.
So you could just pass the microphone to your left.
Emma, this is kind of signifies the end of your first kind of full tour, if you like, if we start from Nottingham last year. I'm just wondering how you're viewing the prospect of actually kind of going second time round now to places, if that's something you kind of welcome. And if there's anything in particular the last sort of 12 months that stands out, sort of learning about the whole business of going around a full cycle of the tour.
Yeah, we were saying, like, with my team this morning, it's pretty much a year anniversary since my comeback to kind of competitive tennis, and I was playing a Brit Tour in Connaught. So I think I've come a long way since then. But I think that I really do welcome going around the second time. I think that this year was always going to be challenging for me to kind of adjust, find my feet. It's always something new. Like, I'm always asking where everything is. I've got no idea where anything is, and it's going to be a lot more familiar this time round. I feel like in the last 12 months I've definitely grown a lot on and off the court. I feel like I've probably improved, like, how much I fight. I think that's one of my biggest strengths, and even more so on tour this year. And it's definitely opened my eyes to just how good everyone is and how much depth there is in the game. But yeah, I think that it has been a pretty positive year just because I've learned so much, and I think that the amount of learning that I've kind of done is outweighs any sort of result, to be honest.
I think we've got around everyone. I think we had our last question here, just from the guy in the green top.
Emma, I guess you have been asked this a couple of times before, so I apologize for this. But can you talk about how much has changed for you since your sensational run at the US Open off the court, but also maybe is there a different kind of mental approach on the court?
I mean, I think that if you ask me, like, I think some parts of my tennis game have actually improved compared to last year. It's different when you are someone who may have a target on their back. Everyone raises their game, wants to play well, wants to beat you, wants to take you out. So that's something that I've definitely kind of learned on the tour this year, and just accepted that. And I feel like I don't approach things like crazily differently off the court. I'm literally the exact same person as I was 12 months ago. But yeah, things around me have kind of changed, but I'm the same person. Just I feel like I've got a lot more awareness and more experience now.
Great, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. If you just say that quickly to Russell.
Seem to have less power on the forehand in particular, the second and third set. Just put that down to the team.
I guess I'm not really sure because like physically I'm alright. I don't but I think that it was actually pretty tough that I focused yeah, a lot went to
You did a lot of strengthening work with the team. You need to do that for obvious reasons. Is it possible that leaves you a little bit tired in a match situation?
I don't think so. I think that the work I've been doing is definitely to help my muscles fire up. I think the biggest part is other than I don't have problems like just that like to me that's the biggest thing.
I suppose other aspects are trial and error. But I think your first people thought things like how much we for a match, the electrolytes. I feel that is still very much a work in progress.
Yeah, I would say that now I'm definitely much better and I've got better but okay. That was the day I think the biggest thing is because have to do an elevation okay but yeah I think that's one of the things.
Let's go to the grass. I appreciate you just come on board. We don't know where you're going to be playing next. But you're definitely going to play Birmingham. What's your hunch? Do you feel like you want more matches ahead of Wimbledon or you need a bit of rest?
For me, I always love to compete. It's tough to kind of walk away from tournaments and have competing. Even though sometimes I may not always be ready, but I think that now I am definitely looking forward to the grass and confident more, but leading up to that